Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Doki Doki Everlasting. As you can see, I've got Monika here with me. Yes, she's already rolling her eyes, but this is the first demo for a new Monika mod that just dropped tonight. So I'm going to be taking a look at it right from the get-go here. And all I know is the synopsis, which reads as follows. After a sudden incident regarding his parents that caused him to move with his grandparents, MC moves back into his childhood home with his aunt. Reconnecting with Sayori, he meets the literature club, where he starts to develop feelings for a certain club president. However, Monika has a secret behind closed doors, and MC has one goal: make Monika happy. That is all I know going into this. I know absolutely nothing else about this. Okay, it's not using any of my saves from another mod. So, without further ado, we are just going to jump right in. Let's see what this is all about. I also have no idea how long this is, so let's get to it. We're here! Slowly rub my eyes open and look outside into the neighborhood. We got like a sunset vibe going on here. Nice. Monika is not impressed. Oh, that was pretty quick. Well, here you go. Pull out my wallet and rifle through it, eventually grabbing onto a couple $100 yen. Yep, gotta pay for the taxi fare. I gotta say, nice music so far. Might be kind of quiet for you guys. Hopefully it's not too loud for you, but yeah, the music overall I would say is pretty nice. Keep the change, sir. He nods slowly as I step outside and thank him for his service. As the taxi driver drives off into the distance, I find my gaze on the house in front of me. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves on bushes as I mutter something underneath my breath. Welcome back, Ben. Yep. Welcome back, indeed. I crack a slight smile. It's been around 5 years since I've last lived here. I imagine this would be sort of like moving back in with your parents, although not quite as begrudgingly. I haven't experienced that, so remember everything about this place. Memories I've made, fun I've had, and so on. Well, yeah, that's kind of how your childhood is. Just a lot of memories you associate with your old house. Treasure 'em, man. Nostalgia is almost overwhelming. Nostalgia is very powerful, man. Drawing in a deep breath, I take the key out of my pocket and unlock the door. I quickly lie the suitcases on the couch and place the rest of my belongings on the kitchen table. Yeah, you can get settled in later. Didn't really pack much, just clothes and other necessities. I scan the kitchen and eye the refrigerator. After a long trip, the thing I need most right now is a meal. Indeed. How long was the trip? I wonder. I open the refrigerator door and see a carton of milk, which is most likely expired by now, as well as a bit of food stored in containers. Most of it I doubt is even edible by now. Well, how long has it been there? That's the question. What it really sounds like is you need to go grocery shopping, man. My eyes then land on the pantry. There's gotta be something in here, right? I would hope so. If somebody else is living here. You know? Opening the pantry, I notice a bit of canned food and one whole loaf of bread. Score! We got something. What am I supposed to do with all this? Oh, here's the history page, by the way. Pretty nice. It's literally just the history page, though. There's nothing else. And, yeah. Pretty sleek. I should mention this is another one of those mods that comes with its own executable, so this is stuff like beyond base DDLC. Definitely not eating a few slices of bread or any other canned food for that matter. If it's all you got, then that's all you got, unless you feel like going out to eat, man. Pick something. I end up shutting the door and slumping onto a kitchen chair. I would be mad at my aunt for not leaving at least a bit of food for me, but I know how hard business can be for her at times. Besides, I do have some leftover allowance from the trip here. I'll make a mental note to get groceries later. Yeah, 'cause you need to, man. I would do it now, considering I still have a good amount of time before dark, but I'm still feeling a bit tired from the trip. Do it tomorrow then. Dude, just have some of the canned food, go to bed, and then do it tomorrow, okay? Like, this is not complicated. Christ. 5 hours on a plane and 1 hour taxi drive surely can make you feel exhausted. Oh, yeah. I have never actually flown before, but I get, long road trips. Those are fucking exhausting, man. Ugh, those suck. Catching up with some sleep doesn't seem like a bad idea. No, not at all. Close my eyes and rest my head on my arms. You don't want to go lay on the couch or something? That's what I would do. What? The fuck is that? Is that a ringtone? The ringtone of my alarm shatters the silence, pulling me back into a state of awakeness. Yeah, alarms tend to do that. They tend to jolt you awake like, what the fuck's going on? That's what I did with my alarm clock for high school. Just set it to the most obnoxious alarm sound ever, so that I would train myself to wake up before it so I could shut it off. It worked like a charm, man. Whenever I woke up because of that alarm sound, it made me think there was a bombing raid going on outside. It was just like, brr, 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 brr. It did the job. Who's calling me? Opening my phone, I realize I've been sleeping for about a full hour. However, the time is the least of my focus right now as my gaze lands on the caller ID. Sayori. When she heard the news that I was coming back into town, she blew up my phone with texts and calls. That sounds like something Sayori would do. I can definitely see that. This is like, I don't know, the 20th call or text I've gotten from her? Yeah, that sounds about right. Even if you told her to stop, she would probably keep doing it anyway. Either way, it doesn't matter. I've come to learn that it's pretty typical of people to be thrilled at the prospect of their friend returning after 5 years. Well, I mean, that's kind of just something most people get excited about. So, seeing somebody they haven't seen in years for the first time. That's just, like, do I even need to explain that one? Like, that's just a normal thing to get excited about. Sarah's no exception, but then again, she gets easily excited over the little things anyway. I answer the call. Ben! Her voice sparkles with excitement, as I would expect. I like the tune here. Hey, sorry to inform you that Ben's unfortunately not with us anymore. Aw, really? That sucks. I was really looking forward to meeting him again. Yeah. On a brighter note, I'm back in town. Yay! I missed you! I did too. Oh, this is so wholesome, dude. This is great. All of those video calls didn't do our friendship enough justice, right? Nah, man. Nah. It's never the same over a call or screen as it is in real life. As I am sure a certain someone would tell you here. Yep. Now that you're here, we can finally be together again. I can easily tell that she's bouncing up and down. I wouldn't expect anything less. It's pretty obvious, given that it's Sayori. Duh. Sounds like fun. Anyway, how have you been? It's been going great. I've met so many awesome people and even made new friends. You? Nothing much. You know me. That sounds a lot like you. Yes, he is the MC we all know and love. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Don't take it personally, man. That's just you. Sayori giggles over the line. Nothing. Sure. Sure, Sayori. Nothing. Aside from making new friends, what else did you do? Sleep doesn't count, by the way. Yeah, I feel like that needs to be mentioned. You act like that's all I do. Sayori takes on a mock pouty voice that never fails to make me feel somewhat guilty of what I said. Ah, come on, you know I kid. A loud grumble coming from my stomach interrupts the conversation. Yeah, dude, fucking eat some canned food, go to sleep, and get some shit tomorrow, okay? It's not that hard. Trust me, it is not that hard. Why not just like, you dipshit? Hey, Sayori? You got any food for me? Why? I'm kinda hungry. And I thought I was the hungry one. Because you are. Are you hungry too? Yeah. But don't worry, I got us covered. Just don't burn the house down this time, okay? Really? Yep, just stop over at my house. I'll make you feel right at home. Alrighty. I forgot where you lived, though. Don't worry about that. I can help you find my house. Got it. I am on my way. With Sayori still on the line, I stand up and head outside. This is a pretty nice start so far. Oh, and look at that. We get a different view of the street for once. You see, this is what I like about playing mods so much. It gives me the chance to, see the world of the game from new angles, and that's really what I like playing mods for. Just, getting that chance to expand on the world of the game. That's really what I love most about mods. It's the ones that, expand on the world a little bit. I don't know. If you get what I'm trying to say, then kudos. But yeah, like, if you get what I'm trying to say, you know what I mean. Man, this really does feel like a blast of the past. Sure does. I remember back when we were children, where Sayori and I would just play at the park and goof off from sunrise until sunset on weekends. Sounds about right. On school weekdays, we usually walk to and from school together. Sometimes we'd even have sleepovers at each other's houses. It's gotten to the point where we could enter each other's houses like we were family. That's kind of how Sayori's portrayed. Needless to say, my childhood was actually pretty bright and elated. Yes, quite. I have to thank Sayori for that sometime later. Just bring it up while you're eating. Finally, I make it to Sayori's house. Like before, it was just a few houses down the block from my aunt's. I knock lightly to confirm my arrival. She swings open the door almost immediately, as if she was waiting for you right there. Ben! Sayori leaps into my arms, nearly causing us to topple over. Easy! Jeez! Normally I'd tell her off for something like this, but I simply can't bring myself to do it. Nah, not when it's been so long, man. Just embrace it. Just roll with it. Exactly. You got it, man. You got it. I wrap my arms around her and embrace the moment for a while. Yep, like I said, just embrace the moment and enjoy it. It feels good being able to finally feel her warmth again. Okay? After a while, we part from our hug. I'm so glad that you're back. Come in. I just finished cooking like 5 minutes ago. And the house is still standing. That's amazing. I raise an eyebrow suspiciously. Rightfully so. given her reputation given her reputation when it comes to cooking.
Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't say anything bad, did I?
No, he pressed X to doubt. Sayori, last time I remember, you nearly burned your house down. Thank you, yes. That is one of the things made mention of in the original game. And it is one of my favorite lines from the original. Because my god, that would be fun to have like a flashback scene to see.
Come on, that was just one time.
I know, but I'd rather stay cautious.
She's just like,
Who knows what went on while I was gone?
I promise that my cooking has improved.
I want to be proven wrong here. We're just rather be on the safe side, is all I'm saying.
In fact, I think you'll love it.
Well, prove me wrong, Sayori. We'll see about that. I ruffle her hair a bit as she gently giggles. If it's food, I'm sold anyway. Yeah, he's not really picky right now, I take it.
Great, come on in then.
She moves out of the way, allowing me to enter the house. A faint smell of cleaning bleach hits my nostrils as soon as I enter. Did she just clean today? I imagine she did when she found out you were coming back. You know, doesn't hurt, am I right? Huh. I never would have expected that from Sayori of all people. With how she keeps her room, yeah, it is a bit of a surprise, but I mean, I don't know. Is she really trying to put up an impression for me? I appreciate the thought, but I personally don't really care either way. I've dealt with her long enough that her messes were pretty much second nature to me. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. Scanning the kitchen, I notice Sayori with oven mitts on. She pulls a tray out of the oven and places it on the counter above. It smells like... Place your guesses now, people. Garlic? Italian? Cheesy garlic bread. There you go! Let's roll. Let's go, man. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I bought some cheesy garlic bread earlier today. Doesn't it smell good?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you allergic to garlic, by the way? I wouldn't want to make you sick on your first day back.
Nah.
Oh, that's great! I mean, you're drooling right now, so...
God damn it, man!
You must be really hungry.
Well, he hasn't ate anything since he got here, so yeah. I guess you could say that.
Need anything to drink?
Water will do. Sayori grabs 2 glasses from the cabinet and fills them both with tap water before setting each of them on the table. Afterwards, she scavenges through her cabinet again and produces 2 dinner-sized plates. For just garlic bread? Usually I have garlic bread as a side to an Italian dish. I don't know about you. If it's a big enough piece, then, it'll work, I guess. Leaving 4 still on the tray, did that say? She then sets 1 plate in front of me and the other plate on the opposite end of the table. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, okay, so the history's actually, a line behind. Like, you have to go 2 lines ahead to see, the line you want to see. I'm not sure if that's the way that is supposed to work in this mod, but, if that's a bug, it's worth documenting. Before I can dig in, Sayori stops me.
Wait! You should let it cool down for a minute.
Yeah, everybody says that with hot dishes. Sometimes I like to just bite it anyway. Unless it's so hot that it'll, like, literally burn you. Okay. I stare at the food for a while. Yeah, eventually you're just gonna decide to fucking go for it. I know it. It looks edible, at least, so it's a plus. I don't know if it tastes good, though. Well, only one way to find out, am I right? Then again, how could you butcher garlic bread anyway? It's just following the instructions listed on the box. Yeah, it's not that hard. I think I can eat the food now. I've been waiting for a few minutes. Usually with that stuff, I usually wait like a minute and blow on it. It's not hard, dude. Grabbing a piece of bread, I take a giant bite. There you go, just munch into it. This actually tastes pretty good. You did it, Sayori! Might be the hours of starvation talking, but this is definitely the best thing Sayori's cooked that didn't end in disaster. Well, hey, that's a win for Sayori. I guess her cooking really did improve. Yeah, it's nice to be pleasantly surprised. Someone must have really liked it. Yep, you did it, Sayori. You won me over. Huh? I look down and realize I've already ate half my slice. Well, don't worry, there's more, man. Just get another one. Must have been zoning out for a while without me noticing. I really need to stop doing that. Dude, it's what you do. I guess I did. That's what being hungry can do to ya.
Wait, did you even eat at all on the way here?
I couldn't. Planes apparently don't use cash to pay for meals. That's like the exact opposite of what I've seen. Like, is the place you flew from really so cheap they don't have in-flight meals? Are you joking? Man.
Wait, they don't?
Apparently so. Sayori is just fucking horrified by the sound of that. She's just like, I am never flying in my life. Like that one? Probably because that sounds like what Sayori would say. I'm still pissed off about that. I would be too. Like, what flight doesn't have in-flight meals?
That's so mean of them.
Excuse me. Tell me about it. I leave off at that as I stand up and fetch another slice from the tray.
Hopefully I'll remember to tell Monika that.
Oh, is she flying somewhere? Huh? Who's Monika? That feels a little redundant.
Oh, she's a super duper cool friend. She usually goes on big trips at the end of the year. I think she's going to Amsterdam after the school year ends.
I see. Amsterdam. Sounds pretty expensive. Your eyes just lit up. Is that somewhere you want to go someday? If that is, we'll see. I'll put it that way.
Oh, don't worry about it. Monika's parents have enough money to afford it. At least, that's what she told me.
I see. I grab my glass of water and take a sip from it. Anything else about her?
Well, she's smart, talented, passionate.
What people say about her in every mod ever?
Nice, thoughtful, beautiful, confident.
Yep, we get it, Sayori. We get it. We've heard this a million times.
Oh, and she's also the president of my club.
Your club? You have a club? Now that is something I find hard to believe.
Yup, I'm the vice president of the literature club.
Okay, I also didn't expect that. Maybe you don't know her as well as you thought you did, mate. Wait, didn't you used to dislike literature in general? Well, I'm guessing a certain someone changed her mind on that. She's very good at that sort of thing. Why the sudden change?
Monika and the others showed me that literature can be a lot of fun.
I see. What about the others? They seem interesting. But you know absolutely nothing about them? Tell me about them. If they can get Sayori, of all people, interested in a club like that, then I really want to know who they are.
Well, Natsuki's very cute and always full of energy.
Just don't say that around her.
She also likes to read manga.
Manga?
Yeah, I think you'll love her.
Maybe I will. We'll just have to find out. And Monika's just like, XX to doubt. And, hold on. Yeah, looking at the history, that's kind of a plot hole right there. Yuri was never mentioned by name, and it's implied we don't know who Yuri is. So that's kind of a plot hole right there. How do we know who Yuri is? Like it can't just be me who noticed that, right?
Yuri's also very smart and talented. Although she can come off as a bit shy.
I see. Yeah, Yeah, Yuri's name has not come up once. So, where did he get that from?
Hey, that reminds me. You should join us sometime. Then we can all be friends.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea, given how ordinary my routine is. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to shake things up a little bit, man. However, is a literature club really worth my time? I doubt I'll maintain the same level of enthusiasm Sayori or any of the members hold about the subject. At the end of the day, it feels like a giant waste of my time. But on the other hand, I could do with some social interaction every once in a while. Yeah. And if Sayori managed to get into literature via the club, it might be worth a shot. Yeah, doesn't hurt to open yourself to new things, man. I mean, here I am, more than a year later, because of this girl here. She really was the reason I got into this game, man. I'll think about it. That was a terribly generic response, and I almost feel the need to facepalm at that. Just do it then. However, Sayori doesn't seem fazed by my lack of response, and I simply nods, going back to her food. We talk for a few more minutes, mostly about school and what we've been doing. Looking outside, I realize that we still have an hour or two before night really settles in. Maybe I could do something with her. What do you have in mind? What can I do? Watch a movie? What would we even watch, though? I don't know, just load up Netflix or something and pick something. I know Sayori's usually a sucker for happy movies, but they're personally not for me. Besides, I have little to no movie knowledge, so that's off the table. That honestly sounds like me. Dude, I rarely have time to watch movies. Mostly just because I'm not that much of a movie person. in the sense that I can't just sit down and watch a movie at random. Like, for me, movies are more like an event where, like, you know beforehand, like, what you're going to watch, but, like, you're making it an event. Like, you got people going with you, or you're going to see it on the big screen at the movie theater. Just something like that. That's what movies are to me. Like, there's something you make an event. Because you really want it to be a memorable experience. Then what? Anime, maybe? Can't go wrong with that. Although this may surprise some of you watching this, I'm not a big anime person. I know a few good shows I could watch with her. However, I doubt they're really going to be her style at all. Actually, never mind. They're definitely not going to be for her. Depends on what they are, I guess. I guess I could always just look for something that catches my eye. I excuse myself from the table and navigate to Sarah's living room. Hey! I think I saw this same one in the Secret Pain mod that I played recently. Plop down on the couch and turn on the television. Siri must have Netflix, right? A lot of people do, because they use it for something or another. There are some Netflix shows I need to check to see if they got new seasons. But yeah, I don't... Even though I have Netflix, I barely use it. But it's nice to have for when I actually do use it. Luckily enough, she does have an account for the platform. Now let's see... Although I normally catch new episodes for animes I'm interested in airing live on television. Things I generally enjoy have already ran their courses. Well, yeah, because you're getting into it late, like I did with this game. Sucks, because I doubt they do reruns of them on TV. Probably not. Ugh. I've been sitting here for minutes and I still can't find something that catches my eye. That's usually how browsing Netflix goes for me. Like, I'll look through everything that I find, and just nothing looks interesting at all. And that's what I love about YouTube. Just it feels more personalized, you know? Like, once you once you've watched enough stuff, like YouTube, like it like knows what to recommend you. Like, it'll recommend you stuff based on what you've watched, and you can find other channels that are similar to what you've watched, like, through that. So, it really works out great when you, like, know how to tune the recommendations. I was just about to give up when I see Sarah coming into the living room.
Hey, are you okay over there? You seem to be having a bit of trouble.
Siri, do you know what we should watch? I point to the screen.
I don't know. I'm not very good at choosing.
Well, that makes two of us, Sayori.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Here, why don't we just, pick a random show?
Sounds like fun.
Alrighty then. Sarah takes a seat next to me as I continue browsing for something to watch. That's like me just going on mod hosting sites and just picking something out at random. Just the first thing that looks mildly interesting, just boom, that one. I'm playing that one. Eventually I give up and select a random anime. Man. I knew I shouldn't have let my instincts get the better of me. Although it's got a comedic feel to it, for the most part it feels boring and uneventful. Of all animes, did I really have to choose a rom-com? That doesn't sound like really my thing. It's not that I despise rom-coms at all, it's that I'm not a fan of it. The story, for the most part, has fallen asleep after the first 2 episodes ended. Damn. Sounds like a poor choice, man. And I honestly don't blame her. I nearly fell asleep too. Well, that sucks. I moved to turn off the television. You woke Sayori up, didn't you? Hey, Sayori, wake up. I gently shake her awake, and she stirs in response. Come on, we gotta get you to bed. After a few more shakes, she finally lets loose a yawn and cracks open her eyes a bit. You're pretty sleepy, huh? Come on, let's get you up to bed. Wrapping an arm behind her, I sit her up and prepare myself to carry her. Whenever Sayori sleeps, it's really hard to wake her up. Less if it's morning or if I bring up the topic of food. So I'm pretty much out of options. This really does feel like we're little kids again. I finally lift her up and get taken aback by how heavy she is. I can't give up just yet, though. Not like that, man. Mustering all my strength, I finally manage to carry her in a good enough position and begin the walk up to her bedroom. Hopefully I remember which door it was. I enter Sayori's bedroom after a bit of a struggle, flip on the light switch. I notice that her room is the same as it's always been, even keeping the stuffed animals I won for her at the carnival a few years back. Hey, we finally get some context to Mr. Cow here. And that. That's neat. So according to this mod story, he won them for Sayori at the carnival. Honestly, I could see that. Those definitely look like they came from the carnival. They definitely look like it. I gently place her onto the bed. Good night, Sayori. Sleep well. Tracing my steps, I head back the way I came, making sure to flip off the lights. Before I could do, Sayori managed to say something.
Wait.
You need something?
I really missed the time I spent with you. I was wondering if you would like to walk with me to school tomorrow?
I give her a gentle smile in response. Who would say no to that, man? Of course we can. Sarah doesn't respond, and her lips faintly curve into a smile, her eyes still closed. Because that's all she needed to hear, man. See you tomorrow. Turn off her light and depart from her house. How sweet. The walk back to my house was quiet and peaceful. During that time, my mind weighs over my talk with Sayori today. Despite how much she's changed, I still remember her as that little ball of sunshine I've grown up with. Talking with her in person after so long was very pleasant. Well, yeah, that was very nice, man. That was really nice. That was a good intro. That was a good first day back, man. Her smile brings out that warm, fuzzy feeling within me. Something I've never felt in so long, even after our various video calls. It's just not the same over the phone as it is in person, man. It's just not the same. My mind drifts off to what Sayori told me today about her club. Surprised that she even managed to get into a literature club of all places, let alone become the vice president of it. Sorry. Maybe I'll enjoy it myself? Never know till you try it, man. Only time will tell. Precisely. Alright. After unpacking my suitcases, I flop down onto my bed, exhaustion finally catching up to me. Finally, some well-needed rest. Indeed. Almost at an instant, I close my eyes and drift off to sleep. Okay, we gonna see things? No, that answers that question. Hey! I look up from my phone and spot Sayori sprinting towards me from the distance, flailing her arms around. Well, gee, this sounds very familiar. Noticing her, I quickly turn my phone off and slot it back into my pocket. You didn't need to run, Sayori.
I thought I was gonna be late.
Well, you're fine. Hopefully. Sayori leans and puts her hands on her knees, trying to catch her breath. Yeah. I have this weird thing where I can walk all day. I can walk around like all day and not get tired, but if I run for even a little bit, like I'll be taking heavy breaths. Like me and running just don't get along. I give her a few minutes to pardon me, recompose herself. I'm gonna get some water quick. Alright. After about a minute or so, she perks back up.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alrighty. Shall we go then?
Yep.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. Since I don't know the way there, I just fall behind and let Sayori take the lead. Yep, just figure out the routine, man. As we continue forward, the streets become increasingly speckled with groups of students making their daily commute.
So, have you thought about the club yet?
I have, but I don't know if I'm interested in literature. Much less a club about it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to pass on that offer. Oof.
Ben! It's a new school! You should be making new friends!
Sayori did not take kindly to that.
The last thing I want is for you to become a shut-in with no social skills. Or for you to become a NEET because you're not used to the real world. I die at the thought of that. Please, don't make me worry about you.
Alright. I'll check it out after school, okay? I won't promise that I'll join, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Fine.
Yay!
This sounds very familiar. What did I get myself into? Just roll with it, man. I'm honestly surprised I let myself relent to her, despite me turning down the offer. Ugh. It's probably because deep down I know she's right. I was never the social type, even in my childhood. Well, hey, that makes two of us, man. I would always just seclude myself from others. At least until Sarah wanted to become my friend at the park one day. I can still remember that day. We arrive at the front gate. For a second I thought we were gonna go into like a flashback or something. My god, why am I so tired? I don't feel tired, guys, like really. I just have a chronic case of yawning right now, apparently. Immediately I take notice a giant clock towering over the grounds. So I guess I'll see you later?
Yep, see you soon then.
Bye. Sayori trots off, vanishing into a sea of people. Meanwhile, I find myself staring at the building ahead, clutching the strap in my bag. Yep, first day at a new school. How's it gonna go? I feel the anxiety tighten in my chest. Yep, you're the new guy. You're the unknown. It's not that I fear the prospect of going to a new school. I think it's more the people. Exactly. I know the feeling, man. I was never a fan of my old school because I was judged for my interests, as well as dealing with a fair amount of bullying. Yeah, okay. It's like meeting people who don't actively judge you for who you are is the hardest part in life. That and having friends who treat you fairly and not using you as a scapegoat for their dirty work. Maybe this place will be different? Go in with some cautious optimism, is what I would say. But even then, what makes students here any different from my old school? I really need to stop thinking so negatively. It's hard sometimes, man. It's hard to do that. Just go inside and have a good day. Swallowing my fears, I push open the doors and enter the building. $1 million question, how's it gonna go? After going through my lockers, I find myself sitting on a bench. To my relief, this place isn't as bad as I originally thought. Although I was mostly ignored by the students. The few people that did notice me were kind enough to greet me. Even though I should feel bad on myself for being ignored, at least I'm not showered with attention. Yeah, some people just don't want the attention, man. I get that. It's like, just leave me alone. Please, just no. To me, that's better than having a fabricated welcoming from most students that'll end up treating you like trash anyway. The staff here are not that bad either. One of them, which I assume is my homeroom teacher, even asked if I wanted to introduce myself in his class. Of course, I declined the offer. Should have just gone for it, man. From what he told me, classes don't start for an hour, so I have plenty of time to kill. Could always just play some games on my phone, but for some reason I feel unusually weary today. Not sleep well? Been there. I swear I got enough sleep last night. Why do I feel like this all of a sudden? It's most likely still being worn out from the trip here. Or that stuff like this uses a lot of energy for you? And the school didn't say I couldn't sleep while waiting for classes to start, so as long as you wake up, I guess. During this time, my mind drifts off to the literature club. Alrighty. You know, I should have just agreed to join the club when Sari brought it up yesterday. I think you made the right decision saying you'd just check it out. You know, spend the day there to just make up your mind. I'll give her a surprise after school. Besides, maybe I could use the club as leverage to grow closer to one of the girls? Dude. Dude. The fuck kind of thinking is that? Sari did imply they were all girls. As my buddy Disabled would tell me, Yuri is like a common Russian name for a male, so I don't know why you would assume that. Especially Monika, like, with Monika and maybe Natsuki, yeah, okay. But Yuri? I don't know. But wouldn't I feel awkward about being the only boy in an all-girls club? It's only as awkward as you make it. Hey! Oh! Bleh! I open my eyes to see an unfamiliar girl filling my vision. Well, hello there! What are you doing here? Immediately I take notice of her hair, which is tied into a ponytail with two loose strands of hair dangling from her shoulders. That's how she does it. Her posture is straight yet strong, with almost all the attributes of a confident person. Yep, that's Monika in a nutshell for you. She looks pretty cute, although I don't say this out loud. Well, duh. You probably just think you're creepy if that's the first thing you said to her when you first meet her. Like, Christ.
Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Although you did look kind of comfy over there.
Are you implying you wanted to join me?
I almost feel bad for interrupting your beauty sleep.
Your eyes were lighting up after that. If you want to cuddle later, we can do that, okay? Later. Not on screen, though. Christ. I feel my face heat up and I look down at the ground in shame. He's just stunned. Like, who is this girl and why is she talking to me? He has no idea what to do. Sorry about that.
Hey, no need to apologize. Sleep is great for relaxing the mind and body.
Yes, it is. okay, Miss Monika.
It also helps improve our productivity throughout the day and allows us to concentrate harder on tasks.
You wouldn't be wrong. Yeah. I finally get the courage to look at her again. Her sparkly emerald eyes gaze into mine. A wide, radiant smile on her face makes me feel much more at ease. I guess you could say this is the time where sleep is much more of a reward than punishment. When is sleep ever a punishment? I mean, unless you're at school. Although I've heard in Japan, like if you fall asleep during school, they'll make you more comfortable rather than jolt you awake. That's one difference between America and Japan, from what I've heard. Feel free to correct me on that if you're from Japan and that's wrong. True. Her eyes light up as if she realized something. Oh?
Hey, are you new here?
He is the new guy. How did you guess? Also, I just want to say I really like this theme in the background. It's really nice. So far, all the original music in this mod has been very pleasing to listen to.
I've never seen you around the building.
Yeah? Why do you ask?
Ah, welcome! My name is Monika, and it's nice to meet you. Welcome to Koarai Academy. I probably just butchered that. Koarai Academy. Okay. So, fun fact, I think this is the first mod I've ever played that actually gives a name to the school that they're going to in the game. So, that's a nice touch. Like I said, this is why I love playing mods. Especially the world-building ones that expand on the world of the base game and really, add some more, like, flavor and character to it that really bring it to life. This is why I love playing mods, dude. You get to learn more, like, about what people think the world is like there. And it's really fun to see brought to life. So this was the girl Sayori was talking about on Monday. Yep, it's all starting to make sense now, isn't it? Isn't it? She extends her hand out to me, and I reluctantly shake it. It's firm, strong, and friendly. I notice that her hand is freezing. She just dipped it in an ice bucket, but I don't pay any attention to it. Damn. Foreshadowing? I'm Ben. Probably already know about me, right? Yep, Sayori said a lot about you. From what I've heard, you seem like a wonderful person to be around.
I guess we'll see, huh? I guess you could say that. Then again, it's Sayori that's talking. You should have seen how she told me about you.
Yeah, Sayori likes to praise people a lot. But that's one of the reasons I admire her.
Same.
Anyway, it's nice to finally meet you.
Likewise. Yes. I don't think he expected this to go the way it did. I think there was supposed to be... I don't know if there was supposed to be a bell sound effect there, but yeah, just the game kind of went silent as if something was supposed to happen. I thought she realized something.
Ah, shoot. Thought we would have had enough time to talk more.
Agreed. I'll see you soon, I guess. I get up from the bench and send one last wave towards Monika. Yeah, right there. Was that supposed to play? Was that supposed to play just a minute ago? Finally, it's lunchtime. I stand up and stretch a bit before heading out the door. Ooh, nice, nice. I think this is the first, purely original background we've seen in a different style. That's really nice. I like that. Apparently Monika likes it too. Luckily the cafeteria wasn't far from my homeroom, so I found it without any help. Well, that's good. Standing in line, I started to think about the day so far. It's a lot better than my last school, that's for sure. As far as I know, I came in on the week before the school's cultural festival. So I'm most likely not going to put any doubt that it will be the talk of the school for this entire week. Probably. After waiting for a minute or two, I finally received my food. It's normal school food, but it gets the job done. Yeah, it depends on what kind of school you go to for how good it's going to be, I guess.
Hey! Over here, Ben!
I look around and notice Sayori waving at me. She's sitting at a nearby lunch table with 3 other girls. One of them immediately catches my eye, and I notice who it is. Monika? Well, I can't say I'm too surprised. From what they both said, they seem like pretty good friends. Yeah, that they are. But the other 2 girls are unrecognizable. You can probably figure out through process of elimination by the names you were told or figured out last night that one of them is Natsuki and one of them is Yuri. Take your guess as to who's who. One of them has long, flowing purple hair while the other has shorter pink hair. If I had to guess who they are, I'd say Yuri and Natsuki. Exactly, process of elimination. I wonder if they also eat lunch together? It makes sense to me. Or is this something Sarah just planned on a whim? I could see that going either way, really. Probably the latter, as I know how cunning Sayori can get at times. Nevertheless, I go join them. Yo. I place my food on the table and slide into an empty seat.
Hello. I'm Yuri, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori has said a lot about you.
Has she now? I can tell she's a bit uncomfortable. Yep. Hey, you don't have to worry so much. I'm just Sayori's friend, that's all. Besides, it's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Yuri lets out a weak smile before turning back to her food. Yeah, just let her be. I guess Sayori wasn't wrong when she mentioned Yuri coming off as a bit shy. Yeah, just a bit. The pink-haired girl, who I assume is Natsuki, looks at me intently. Yep, as she does.
Huh. So you're that Ben guy Sayori wouldn't shut up about?
Yep, that's me.
Hey there, Ben. I didn't expect to see you again so soon.
I mean, did you not hear Sayori shout and wave him over? Like, come on. I could say the same.
Wait, you two have already met?
Also, Sayori's covering Monika. Was Monika supposed to fade out after Sayori popped up? Or was she supposed to be off to the right? I can't tell. Yeah. We kinda met in an awkward situation where I was starting to fall asleep.
Ben, you're not staying up late again, are you?
Of course not. I'm still pretty tired from that trip back here, that's all.
Trip? Where did you come from, if you don't mind me asking?
Southern region of the country.
I see.
That sounds like what I would say. We all fall silent for a moment. Yeah, just enjoy your food. I didn't catch what Sayori said.
Yeah, I know. I'll go get them. So Natsuki, did you...
Oh, yep. Okay. I figured I knew what she meant after that. Natsuki stands up and leaves the cafeteria.
You should definitely try Natsuki's cupcakes. They are so good.
A couple minutes later, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table with a wrapped tray in her hands.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes. Yep, as they should be. Black icing was used to make the whiskers, while tiny pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Your eyes just lit up again. If you're craving one, I'll make sure to gift you one later, okay? I know how much you love Natsuki's cupcakes.
So cute! You never cease to amaze me, Natsuki. Your batches are always great. What can I say? I'm a pro after all. Bang. Now just hurry up and take one.
Sora grabs one first, then Monika. I follow.
Delicious!
I look back at Sora. Somehow managed to already eat her cupcake and get icing all over her face. Yep, that's Sari for you. She's the kind of person who just inhales the food. Like she's just kind of like Kirby, going. I turn my attention back to my cupcake, turning it around with my fingers. I notice that Natsuki has been awfully quiet. She's watching you. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice her sneaking glances in my direction. However, as soon as I directly gaze at her, she simply huffs and averts her eyes away from me. Yeah, that's what she does. And the cycle continues as soon as I look away from her again. You can kind of play a cat and mouse game like this. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? She wants to know what you think, man. Yum. Wow. Sari wasn't wrong when she said these cupcakes were so good. The icing is sweet and flavorful, almost like a professional baker has made these. These are really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Well, of course you'd like them. These took a lot of work, you know.
I'm sure they did. Yeah, it certainly looks like it did. Did you get any help by chance?
Hey, are you saying I couldn't have done it myself?
He was just asking. Calm down, Nat. Jeez. Looks like I accidentally pressed a button. It's easy to do that with Natsuki, trust me. No. It's just these taste very professionally made, you know. I just thought you'd have some help.
Good save.
And that's the end of the conversation as Natsuki returns her attention back to the cupcakes. Anyway, I look forward to working with y'all.
Working?
Ladies and gentlemen, the best expression in this entire game. Changed my mind.
Wait. That means you're
Joining the club? Might as well. I mean, you guys seem pretty cool.
No way.
You did it, mate. You did it. You did the thing.
No way. Ah!
Calm down. It's just not really that much of a big deal. To her it is, man. Come on.
Sorry. I'm just so happy.
It's easy to tell.
If you only joined for the cupcakes, I'm gonna be pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Thanks. Hell yeah. Oh, there it is. It's just delayed. And there's the bell. So, after school?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the club.
I'm sure you are. Alrighty. I turn around and shuffle back to my homeroom. The rest of the school day passes by uneventfully. Yeah, so we're gonna have a several hours later moment. I guess most of the day was just me trying to get used to this new environment. Yep. I let out a sigh as something from earlier creeps back into my mind. What would that be? I actually joined the literature club today. Yeah, it seems like kind of a spur-of-the-moment decision you made. No going back on it. Exactly. There's no doubt that this was a on a whim decision I made without a second thought. Exactly. But I brought myself into this, and I should try to enjoy it.
Hello?
Huh? I turn around to see Sayori standing at the door frame of the classroom. Let's see, you've been going for a little over an hour. Let's keep going. I'm really enjoying this I'm really enjoying this so far. There's been a few things. Yeah, there's been a few things I think that don't make. There's been a few things that don't exactly make sense. Like, chiefly what I've pointed out. But yeah. Like the missing Belle that first time, and us knowing who Yuri is without ever being told her name, and implying we don't know anything about her prior. So, but yeah, other than that, this has been really well made so far. And that potential bug with the history, where it's, off a line, where it doesn't display everything but the current line on screen, but instead you have to go 2 lines ahead to get to the line you want to see.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, I didn't expect to find someone who could space out harder than me. I'm impressed.
I don't think that's something you should be impressed about. Anyway, should we head out now?
Yes! Let's go!
With that, we exit the room. I follow Sayori through the school and into a section of the building I've never been in. If memory serves, this is the floor used for third-year classes and activities. Yep, that's where the location of the club room is often described. As we continue walking, I spot a green poster board littered with flyers. Most of them are just general club application forms, but one sticks out from the bunch. A rather cutesy-looking poster decorated with chibi books and pens lies in the middle. That's most likely a flyer for the literature club. Dude, let me see that! I want to see what that looks like. I tap Sayori on the shoulder and point at the poster. Do you know who made that?
Oh, I think the design was Natsuki's idea. I just helped draw it.
I see. Thanks.
Why did you want to know, anyway?
No reason, really. He was just curious, that's all. He just wanted to know for his own curiosity.
Oh, okay.
The conversation comes to an abrupt stop as we approach a door. As Sayori grabs the handle, I mentally take a note of the room number. Full of energy, Sayori swings open the door.
Everyone, our new member is here.
Well, everyone's already kind of met him, so this feels kind of pointless. Something catches my eye as soon as I arrive. At the far left corner of a room, there are 5 desks arranged to form a table. There's an empty chair next to Monika, which Sayori quickly claims for herself, with one empty seat at the far end of the table. I pull up a seat and rest my arms on the desk. On it lies a saucer and a teacup filled with tea. Wow, they already had this all set up, huh? I grab the cup and tip it up against my lips. Surprisingly, it tastes pretty good. I'm not much of a tea person myself, but I can enjoy it sometimes. That's pretty much my relationship with tea, summed up in a few words there. Like, I'll have it once in a while if it's a kind that I know I'm not gonna, like, hate. But, like, I'm not that big on tea, and really not that big on coffee. In stark contrast to Monika here, who is the type of person who literally just will not function without her morning coffee. Hey, this tea's pretty good. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me. I wanted to make you feel accustomed to this place. Besides, doesn't a hot cup of tea and a book sound like an enchanting experience?
I guess. He's not much of a literary person yet, so give him time. He'll warm up to the idea.
It's okay, Ben. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Is that right?
Wait! That's not... I just wanted to make him feel welcome.
Seems like Yuri's not a fan of playful banter. Yeah, she got kind of defensive. Yeah, that's probably why her and Monika don't exactly get along. Come on, don't worry so much. I appreciate the thought.
Is that so?
Yeah. Tea and reading isn't my favorite pastime, but I do enjoy tea sometimes.
I'm glad.
She faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika taps my shoulder briefly, grabbing my attention.
So, what made you join the literature club?
I guess it just had to do with Sayori introducing me to you guys.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us.
Yep, now it's time to actually get into literature.
As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Yes.
Monika really is a great leader.
Yuri nods in agreement. Say, Monika, from the way you act, you seem very well experienced in managing clubs. What's it like, starting a new club? I imagine it must be pretty hard.
You could put it that way. Not many people really put enough effort into something brand new, especially if it's something like literature. But that's why you have to work hard and convince others that you're fun and worthwhile. Otherwise, they'll pick out something that's more within their interests. But that's what makes school events like the festival that much more important. It's a great opportunity to show people what literature is all about. And I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. I wonder how much work it took Monika just to find these three, considering they all share the same amount of passion about literature. Maybe that's why Syria wanted to introduce them to me. She probably wants me to adopt the same passion they hold. They can try. Monika still has her doubts that he'll be turned. Might take a lot of work to do that, considering my enthusiasm about literature in general. Yep. But at the end of the day, that's what I got myself into. Might as well make the best of my circumstances.
So, Ben, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, oof. Yeah, he was not ready for this. I appreciate her question, but those words might end up putting the nail in my coffin. With my very vast knowledge of literature, which is basically limited to manga, I have no clear-cut answer to that question. I almost had the urge to lie to her and say I read a lot of this, but it's probably going to be called out by Sayori. So I have no other choice but to be honest. Manga. I mutter that to myself, looking at the floor. I think you're supposed to be off to the side. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Meanwhile, it feels like I just let Yuri down, given her sad smile.
Hey, don't act like that's a bad thing. Manga is literature too, you know.
That's a different response.
I didn't mean it like that. I just had higher expectations. Oh please, I doubt he's even. Oh please, I doubt he's even read a book in his entire life.
Harsh. That's what Natsuki is, man. That's just Natsuki in a nutshell for you. I see we're on the same wavelength here.
Natsuki, don't be so harsh on him. If he's new to literature, we should help a fellow club member out. Yuri has a point, you know. Besides, you're a bit mouthy coming from someone who keeps their manga in the club room.
Oh!
Manga is literature!
Yes! Yes! My god. This never gets old, man. Oh.
You're too easy to tease, Natsuki.
Natsuki hops and plops back into her seat. Monika has won this battle.
Sorry if I interrupted your conversation with Yuri, Thad. You guys can continue whatever you two are doing.
You're fine, Monika.
Indeed, you don't have to apologize.
You didn't do anything wrong. It was rather amusing, really, so I don't know what you're apologizing for. The gesture is appreciated, though.
Thanks, guys.
Monika exits the conversation, heading over to Sayori. So, Yuri, what do you like to read?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. At this point, she's completely lost me. Just sit there and listen, man. That's what I do for a lot of people. Even if I don't have much to add to what they're talking about, I'll sit there and listen. I start to realize that I'll never be able to compete with Yuri's passion for literature. Yeah, this is kind of her thing, man. From the way her eyes light up when she speaks about books, it's pretty obvious she finds her comfort in books, not people. At this point, she might as well have a better conversation with a brick wall than me. Like I said, just sit there and listen, or as Skipper would say, smile and wave.
But I enjoy a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements really make you feel immersed. Putting yourself in a character's shoes can really amplify the experience, allow you to experience their emotions firsthand.
That's what I love about multi-perspective mods, or mods that put you like in the shoes of one of the actual characters from the game. So just to plug a couple of mods, Fake Reality and Monika's Prologue are both told from Monika's perspective. And Monika's Prologue, while a discontinued mod, really gives you a good sense of what it was like for Monika to first experience, like what happened to her with the Epiphany and all that. And Fake Reality really just gives you a good, like, overall idea of what it's like for Monika to just go through the same events over and over again.
These types of stories can change the way you see the world, even if only for a brief moment. Anyway, I've been reading a lot from the horror genre recently.
Horror?
I'm sorry if you don't like it or think it's weird.
You don't have to apologize. I just wasn't expecting that, given that you're so gentle and all.
Well, I guess we all have a little demon inside of us.
And you keep winking at me like, yeah, we do. How do you think I ended up here?
But in reality, if a book makes me question myself or takes me to another world, I really can't put it down. Psychological horror is successful at capturing the disturbing and unsettling parts of the human mind.
Exactly.
Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just don't like it, that's all.
Yeah, some people just aren't that into horror. And I'm kind of in that camp. Like, I'll play horror stuff every once in a while, but like it has to be well done horror, not just like cheap jump scares and shit. I hate that. There's just no creativity to it usually.
That's right. You're usually a cutesy type of person, aren't you?
Yeah, like that poster we saw earlier.
What? What gives you that idea?
I think you're missing a question mark.
You left behind a piece of paper last club meeting.
Monika reaches into her blazer pocket and produces a neatly folded sheet of paper.
Curiosity got the best of me, and I wanted to check it out.
I didn't get to read that.
It seems like you were working on a poem called...
That's what I figured it said, but I wanted to be sure. Oh, I just now noticed this. Like, now that I'm on a background where I can see it. If that's always been there, I'm just fucking blind. I've been using the escape button this whole time.
Give that back! I don't appreciate people taking my stuff, thank you very much.
Well, you're the one who left it behind, Natsuki. She was holding on to it for you. And from what I get, she was giving it back right now. So, cool it. Jeez.
Fine. Your cupcakes and poems and looks. You're just a bundle of cuteness.
Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Yes, you are. Poems? That sounds interesting. You write your own poems, Natsuki?
Well, I do sometimes. Does it matter to you?
No, I just think that's impressive. Do you mind sharing some of your work with me?
No!
Why not? Why not?
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet, huh?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? That's great! I was thinking that if you could share some of your work with Natsuki, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. Yeah, I know, we've seen this before. This mod is kind of like a mix of original stuff combined with elements from the original. It's nice.
Aww, that was an amazing idea, too.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Say, this gives me a great idea.
Gee, I wonder what it is.
Huh? Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah! Let's do it!
This is very familiar.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond with the club. Isn't that right, Ben?
And that's just it. End of discussion. I like that.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share.
She looks at me.
Then, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. See you all tomorrow.
I'm sure you do. Everyone cleans up their food and packs up their bags. Yuri and Natsuki depart from the club room with a quick wave. Well, today wasn't so bad after all. Exactly. See, an hour 25? I doubt that I'll be able to impress anyone with my mediocre writing skills. Yeah, okay, I didn't miss anything. But as long as I'm putting effort in, I think I'll have a good time here. Exactly, just try, man. I suddenly feel a tap on my shoulder. Eh?
Hey, can I talk to you for a few minutes?
You and me. What's it gonna be?
You're not in trouble, don't worry. It's just something about the club.
Sure, I guess? Just give me a few minutes and I'll be out there.
Great! I'll see you there.
Out where?
Make sure to take a left so you don't get lost.
Got it. And with that, Monika leaves the room. She's still there. She probably wants to know if I had a good time at the club, most likely. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I don't see any other reason that she would want me in private.
Hey Ben, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
Actually, I have to do something real quick.
What is it?
Monika just wanted to speak with me outside.
Oh, okay. I'll be at the courtyard after you two finish.
Alright. I send her a quick wave before leaving the club room. Alright. To the left. I mutter that to myself, following Monika's directions. Continuing to stuff my things into my bag, I keep walking. Yep, just keep going while you do it, man. No time to just sit there and do it. Now, where is Monika? Aha, found her. Ooh, our first actual CG piece. Dude. Very good. Monika stands at the window, her eyes gazing wistfully into the tree line from afar. Looks like she's reminiscing on an old memory. I really have no idea where this is going. I don't know if wistfully is a word, though. I don't know. I'm not an English major, so I'm not the one to ask about this. Judging by her expression, she seems completely lost in thought. I don't even know if she heard me come down the corridor. Hey, Monika.
Oh, you came. Hi there.
She doesn't even look at me, keeping her longing gaze focused on the window. The mod page didn't say anything about meta stuff, but I'm down for that if that's where we're going with this. Her voice is unusually monotone, a stark and sudden contrast from her confidence earlier today. Yeah, as you're probably going to learn soon, that's all a ruse, man. My chest tightens a bit before I continue. Yeah, I mean, you needed me, right? If you have something to tell me, I'm listening. No response. She's judging whether or not she can trust you with this. I take it. Stomach churns a bit as I rub the back of my neck. What's going on? I originally thought she wanted to tell me if I enjoyed the club, but now I'm starting to reconsider that. Yeah, I'm getting the impression this is going to be something much heavier than that. So, brace yourselves, people. For Monika to shift moods in a few minutes feels very alien. Swallow, just waiting for her to finally speak. Yep. Ball's in your court. Speak up. Say something. We're right here. After a short while, she finally lets out a heavy sigh. I'm glad that you're joining the club, Ben. I really am. And the others are too, even if one of them doesn't show it. However, Monika's eyes lock with mine for a split second before they retreat to the window. You shouldn't get too comfortable, Ben. What do you mean by that? That's very ominous. Where is this going? And why are you amused by this? What are you not telling me? What do you know that I don't? Another heavy sigh. The club might not last for long after the festival. There's been a lot going on in my life that makes me concerned for my future. I want to grow this club and live out my dreams. But one day, we're gonna have to face reality. So if the club does shut down, you know why. Is that all? Yeah. Long silence. I put my hands on her shoulders. Monika, I understand your concerns, but I think we should just focus on what we have now. Besides, things come to an end one day, right? I guess? Monika doesn't seem very convinced. No, she's not the time to be, persuaded easily. The way I see it, her beliefs are usually very deeply rooted. So it's hard to change her mind. Hell, I'm not convinced of my own words either. From what I've seen today, she seemed very confident about the club in general. Now you're seeing reality. What she really thinks. Having that suddenly get shut down would most likely wound her. I should have phrased that better. Lift my hands from her shoulders and put them back at my side. Listen, I don't mean it like, that. Just meant that eventually we'll all have to move on from this place anyway. We'll cross those bridges when we get there. For now, make it the best place you can make it. You think so? Yeah. I mean, you wanted to grow the club after graduation, didn't you? That's what she said. Besides, the other members also hold the same passion for literature. Yeah. Where are you going with this? I'm sure they'd hate to see the club go. She pauses for a moment. I give her the patience she needs as I glance around the room. I'll do it for the club. This place means a lot to me, and I'd hate to see my hard work and effort go to waste. Yep, it's a shame when you put so much time and effort into something just to see it fall apart because it didn't work out in the end. That's the spirit. I smile at her and she cracks a soft smile. She takes a quick glance out the window. Hey, I think we should get going. Yeah, you're right. It's getting pretty late and I still have to meet with Sayori. So I'll see you tomorrow? You too! She flashes her smile as I turn down the corridor. Running out into the courtyard, I notice Sayori idly twiddling with her fingers at the edge of the fountain. I slow my pace to a walk. Hey, Sayori. Hope I didn't make you wait for too long.
It's fine, don't worry about it. In fact, I'm glad you're already making new friends.
I guess. I wouldn't necessarily say they're my friends yet, although I can't be certain. Yep, like I said, cautious optimism. Do you want to head back home now?
Sure.
Sarah and I make our way back home. During the walk, my mind drifts off to what Monika said earlier. I'm genuinely surprised that she has plans to shut the place down, despite how she sounded at the club. Yeah, it's outside circumstances, man. It's something you'll have to, pry at. And I see you have your doubts. So, yeah. I think what we need to do first is set our sights on getting her to trust us, so that she'll open up to us. Because that's the thing with Monika. She needs to trust you. She doesn't just let anyone, she doesn't let just anyone in on her darkest secrets. She doesn't just let anyone in on it, and she's very deliberate about the way she acts, so as to not show any of that. Something I know a lot about myself. Which makes me wonder, am I the only one who knows about that? From the way it sounds, yeah. I honestly doubt it, but it's still unusual for her to dump all this information onto me despite only meeting her today. That is unusual. Yeah. So, just be aware of what you're getting into, man. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Although I remember one thing she said back there. There's been a lot going on in my life that makes me concerned for the future. What does she mean by that? Just things. Like I said, gain her trust so that she'll open up to you about this stuff, man. That's the only way we're going to learn more about this. And it's obvious that something's going on, but I don't know what. It's none of my business anyway.
Ben?
Huh? Snap out of my reverie.
Are you okay?
You've been looking lost. He's just thinking about what Monika had to say to us earlier, that's all. What do you mean? Excuse me. A quick glance around to notice that we're already at Sayori's place. Oh, that's why. Sorry about that. I was just thinking.
About?
Nothing important. Doesn't seem like nothing important. I don't think she's buying it, man.
Are you sure?
Yes, Sayori, I'm sure. You don't need to constantly worry about me. Sayori looks less than convinced, but eventually caves in and nods wordlessly. Yeah, I knew you weren't gonna buy it.
Okay, I trust you.
Why does that sound hollow? Alright. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then?
Bye!
Sayori turns around and enters into her own house. I'll continue onwards to my house. Christ. I know that writing a poem is hard, but I didn't expect it to be this difficult. This is probably what it would be like for me if I tried to write one now, because I know dick about writing poetry. I've been struggling for the past few hours trying to brainstorm any ideas for my poem. That would be the biggest problem for me, just what do I even write it about? And then my vocabulary isn't exactly expansive, so I wouldn't know the best words to use. See, that's what I would have to start reading a lot more to do. And yes, I'm terrible about that. I know. Trust me. The weight from Monika's talk still lingered in my mind, most likely contributing to the heap of stress I've been having ever since I came home. Eventually, I did get a poem down, but at the expense of nearly falling asleep. Too exhausted to even bother with anything else today. As soon as I get up, my stomach grumbles and I realize I didn't go grocery shopping yet. Fucking damn it! Just when I was looking for some good night's rest, too. Open up my closet and rummage through it, settling on a long sleeve shirt and jeans. Lazily tossing them on, I head outside into the dark. Hopefully the store's still open, man. After I finish up my grocery trip and dinner, I change and fall onto my bed. Finally! Sleep! Eager to fall asleep, I close my eyelids and clock out for the day.